Hi, this is Kathy Corridon. I'm the author of the Can Do Chronicles and the Can Do blog. Welcome. I have a great invitation for you. It is almost spring. You know that almost period of time? Time when things aren't quite there yet? Well, I'm here to have an invitation for you that with the start of spring, you make a commitment to live your can-do life. Live it fully. So I want to start by telling you a little bit about my can-do life and then invite you to join me on a journey. My can-do life has two really important time points at it. The first time point is that on February 14th, I had a huge celebration. Yeah, it was Valentine's Day, but I celebrated 2 years of being in remission from chronic lymphocytic leukemia. I have my health back. That is such a privilege, and it's something that I savor almost every single day. But on those anniversary dates, I appreciate it even more. And I never want to go back to just taking life for granted, because at a period of time, see, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, they don't treat it right away when they diagnose it. I lived in watch and wait, or as we tend to call it in the CLL world, watch and worry, for 8 years. And it took a continuous, really slow and subtle toll on my health, on my body, and on my quality of life. And I got to the point where more times than not, I felt like crap. And I had a really hard time planning for things and getting engaged in things, and I had to cancel stuff all the time. It was a really tough way to live. And so at a significant point where it became too much of a deterrent to a healthy lifestyle, and I had symptoms of infections and fatigue that just kept building, the doctor and I decided August of 2012 to have chemo. And so on February 14th, I had the bone marrow biopsy and the CAT scan that indicated that I was in complete remission. And that is just a celebration. And so I wanted to share that can-do part with you, because when I went through chemo, when I had these last couple of years when my health was a real challenge and chemo is no picnic, I did it with a real can-do attitude. And it made a complete difference in how I experienced it. And I want to share a little bit more with you about how I got there. Second point in time. I had quit my day job as the CEO of a community-based nonprofit because of my health. And 2 weeks before my last day, my husband's job was eliminated. It was a moment of real, you know how the time stands still. Well, time stood still. But in that moment, we made a decision that we were going to look at what possibilities there were, not at the problems. And we were going to look at what we had to be grateful for, not what we were losing. And we were going to connect with people and make this an opportunity to really expand our universe. And we did that. But I'll tell you that that day and those weeks turned into months, and those months turned into years. And that there was 3 full years of consistent and persistent job, health, and financial challenges for us. Included a move partway across the country and really starting over again. But we did it with a can-do attitude, and it made such a difference. So when I was done with chemo and I started to get my energy back, I wrote a book about it. I had been writing on my blog about it, but I wrote the book about it. It's called The Can Do Chronicles. It's on sale on Amazon. If you're going through a difficult time, or you know someone that's going through a difficult time, I really encourage you to get it and read it. And it's less than $7 on sale on Amazon. But the book isn't the whole story here. The book is just a start for me, because I was a really reluctant author. You know, I put my story out there, okay, I did it. And if somebody wants to buy it and hear it, that's fine. And then I began to think about it, and people began to talk to me about it. My can-do message is way too important to keep to myself. So I've restructured my business and my consulting practice. I'm writing my second book, The Can Do Workplace, and it's going to come out this summer. And I've begun to build the Can Do blog, to have the Can Do dialogues on my business webpage, which is CorridanConsulting.com. And the Can Do Dialogues are interviews with a variety of people from around the world who live a can-do life and help other people live a can-do life. And so I'm trying to move the can-do message out because I think our world is too filled right now with negative, backbiting messages and communication that tries to look at what went wrong and who's to blame. And in a world that's filled with that, I'm really concerned about what messages and what role models we're being for our children. Kids have always been the heart of my life. And so for me, it's about the kids. And so I want to invite you to see if a can-do life, if living a can-do life is something that is of interest to you. I've gone from having the book and the blog, and now I'm working to develop workshops that I'm giving both locally here in the DC area, but I'm also giving online because I think it's a great, technology provides a great platform for me to take this message and to move it farther and to be able to share it with the thousands of people out there that I know want to get past their stuck point and live a can-do life. Now, it takes steps. It takes making a commitment, and sometimes it takes starting over and over and over. I've had many bad days along this last 4 years of living my can-do life, but I've always gotten up, dusted my butt off, and kept on going. And to be able to do that isn't always that easy. But when you have an every day, and this is the core of can-do, every day make a commitment to live a life with a positive attitude, grounded in gratitude, and based in reality, it's a lot easier to get up, dust yourself off, and keep on going. I think the workshop series is great because it's 2 weeks long. It comes with a workbook, 2 video sessions, and a live call-in session. And the call-in session is taped and posted for the participants so that if you can't make it or if you want to hear it again, it's available. The workbook and the video sessions and the audio session are yours forever to go back to work with and to help make those decisions and keep yourself going. There's 4 parts to having a can-do life. Aside from that commitment every day to have a positive attitude, grounded in gratitude, and based in reality. That's the core of it. But there's also your life, my life is in alignment. All the pieces kind of flow together. My dots are all connected. And it makes it a lot easier for me to access parts of myself when times get a little bit tough. How I make decisions. I make possibility-based decisions, not zero-sum decisions, and not the lesser of 2 evils. And there's a 3-question process that I have about how I make decisions that I share in the workshop. Then there's how we deal with change. And I dealt with change, I thought, pretty good until I really began to unpack it and look at it more. And so the can-do model of change and growth is what makes me realize every day that if I want to grow, I'm going to have to change. And so there's a lot of materials in both the videos and the workbook about how to deal with change. Get past those stuck points. Let go of some of the fear and resistance and embrace more of yourself and more of your life. The 4th part, my favorite part, is the secret sauce. Now for me, the secret sauce has to do with I have a can-do worldview. That's my secret sauce. I also bring 40 years of counseling and teaching and training experience to pull together a workshop series to share this with you. So it's like sharing my secret recipe. I share my secret sauce with you in order to encourage you to discover your own, to write your own story, and to know what is the most special thing about you and why you're here. So the workshop series is 2 weeks long. It's all online. I've talked a little bit about the components of it, and there's more on the Can Do blog. Cost, $60. Now, $60 seems like a lot on some levels, but it's an investment in yourself. It's less than $5 a day for 2 weeks. It's what you'd spend on a new outfit, or going out to dinner. And it's an investment in the rest of your life. I encourage you to find out more, to click the link on the Can Do blog, to explore the Can Do blog and let it talk to you, let you discover the things about yourself that are worth investing in, and the things about yourself that this spring, as new life blossoms, you want to get out there and discover what you can do. Please, if you have any questions, you can send an email to thecandocommunity@gmail.com, or you can post a question at the bottom of the blog page, and I'd be happy to get back to you. I look forward to meeting you during the workshop, and I just encourage you every day to discover what you can do. Thanks.